Hey everybody, Lloyd here with Just Got Played, and today I'm going to do another game unboxing. This one's for an oldie but a goodie. It is for Spirit Island, game by Erock Roos. This is by Greater Than Games. As you can see, it is 1 to 4 players, 90 to 120 minutes, ages 14 and up. If you've been paying attention to the channel lately, I did a unboxing of Horizons of Spirit Island, which is the Target exclusive. And as a simpler version of this, simpler in component quality, and components in the box, not necessarily a change in gameplay. It is the same game play, just with more cost-efficient components, and it only goes up to 3-player out of the box. But I did a review for it also. And I've talked a lot about Spirit Island because I have played this a couple times before, and I've played it on the app, and I'm really gotten into it. And Steven on the channel thought I was a fine human being and thought it would be good to send me a copy of this game because I like it so much, and he saw it on sale on Amazon and got it for me so that I did not miss the sale. So we're going to go ahead and get into this and see what's inside the box. Before I do open the box all the way up, let's take a look at Horizons of Spirit Island. So as you can see, it is a smaller box. It is a smaller game overall. Looking at it, it is, about half the thickness. So this is the Target exclusive. And again, if you can notice right here on the back, it doesn't have 3D pieces. It's got these little cardboard chits, but it is very much Spirit Island, and it plays the same, just with lesser components. So let's go ahead and open this up. This might be your first time ever seeing Spirit Island. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at it. So first off, we have these island boards. Right, and they have 2 different sides. So this side is the kind of easier to look at side to be able to tell things apart. So you have the different land masses, or land types, and then when you flip it over, this is essentially the same board, but it's just artsier, right? But it is a little bit more difficult to tell things apart, just because it looks more natural. But here you have the forest, and then here you have the mountains. Over here you have the plains, kind of the sands, and then I assume these ones here are like the swamps, I guess. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, it's a little bit harder to tell them apart. These are I suppose the more advanced side to play on as well, I think. So there we go. And if you notice, they are slightly different layouts, so they are not the same. So which one you pick, kind of decides how it's going to play for you. So yeah, there we go. Have the boards. So let's just take a look at the instruction book real quick. So this is going to go over, gameplay overview, what to do with your first-time player. Here's all of your components. So you're going to get lots of cards. You're going to get all these little minis, these little miniature plastic pieces. It goes over, setup, how you're going to set up the islands based on different player counts. And the Horizons one just has a game board that you flip over, and it's basically these 2 layouts here. So one side of the map, one side of the board has this map, and the other side has this 3-player setup. Then it's going to go over the sequence of play. It's going to give you some examples of the different things that the invaders are doing. Victory and defeat, presence and sacred sites. Gives you an overview of like some game concepts for the spirits, the invaders, how to track damage, which is kind of cool in here, because you just turn this around to show how many hits it has on it, essentially. So when it takes 1 hit, you flip it down and it shows 2 life, and then when you hit it a second time, it flips over to show 1 life, and then once you hit it again, it's dead. And then the towns you just lay over. So yeah, it is pretty cool how they implemented that. it's kind of like a game without, like a video game without a real like HUD. You know, everything's kind of incorporated into the gameplay to see stuff. So this goes over, you know, gaining power cards. It goes over some basic strategy, streamlining gameplay. And I thought that this was unique to the Horizons one, but it's really not. It's in here as well. The Horizons does have a little section down here that gives you a little bit more things to help with games. Kind of like this, but broken out a bit more. So it goes over solo player mode and the adversaries. Now this is what the Horizons does not have. It does not have different adversaries. And then it just goes over the story, you know, where the enemy's coming from. It is a game about repelling white colonists. So yeah, we have a nice little glossary there. So a very nice big book. Here we do have these punchboard tokens. So these are, you know, nice, decent quality. These are the fear tokens. All right. These are your power, just so you can track how much power you have. So yeah, that is all the little chits and bits and components. All right, so let's throw those in the box. We'll leave these out. Next up, we have these are the presence tokens. These are just I got some silica gel. Don't need that. These are just presence tokens. So you get these. These you put out on the map to show where you have presence, and then all of your powers are kind of tied to presence locations. So there we got these. These little wooden huts here are these are the Dahan. So these are just nice little wood bits, and these work the same way like the towns do. So they start face up like this, and whenever they take a damage, you flip them over so they're upside down. So the little small side of the mushroom is up, the base. So again, very, very clever how they incorporated that into the gameplay. Here we have, these are the little town markers, right? So little plastic towns. Here we have the city minis, right? So nice little plastic bits. Let's see, next up we've got these are blight. So these are, again, these components were replaced in the game and Horizons with little tokens that represent the blight instead of like little cardboard shits instead of these plastics. So yeah, those are blight. Somewhere in here, there we go. We have little people. So these are the invaders. So you're gonna have these little guys all over the place. These are the guys that you're killing to push them off of your island. All right. So under these nice trays here, we have the different characters, spirits. Let's go ahead and take a look at this stuff here first. So this is these are for the adversaries. So these are things that the so this is England and Brandenburg, Russia, and Sweden. So these are the people who are coming and invading the island, and essentially these are going to do stuff throughout the game, and it's going to make the game a bit harder. And then these are scenarios that you can play that go with you can play them with the adversaries, or I think even without them. I don't even think you need to put the adversaries in. But again, these things here, these adversaries and these scenarios, are not in the Horizons game. So that was one of the kind of cost-cutting measures. We also have these little punchboard terror level markers. So basically you put these inside the deck, the fear deck, and when you get to terror level 2, this is the new victory condition. And then when you do enough terror, when you raise enough fear, it gets down to this, and then this is the win condition. So got those. the little tracker board that tracks all that stuff. So you have the fear deck, then these are the fear cards, and then this is where your terror level goes as you get through this deck that comes over here. This is your invader. So where their little deck goes, and it shows where they're gonna explore, then build and ravage, and then this is your fear pool. So nice little board. Again, in the Horizons game, they just kind of incorporated this onto the main board, so it's not its own separate little board like that. So now let's go ahead and get to these guys. So these are nice thick cardboard. Again, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in Horizons, they are not cardboard. They are this kind of plastic coated, like thick cardstock. So you can see there is a difference in quality to them, but I don't really think it inhibits gameplay at all. But there you go. You have a little bit of a comparison between the two. But let's just take a look at the different spirits that are in this game. We have Vital Strength of the Earth. We have Thunder Speaker. We have Shadows Flicker like Flame. River Surges in Sunlight. Ocean's Hungry Grasp. Lightning Swift Strike. Bringer of Dreams and Nightmare. He looks terrifying. And a Spread of Rampant Green. So these are the different spirits you'll be playing as, and they all play a little bit differently. And the backside kind of gives you a breakdown of how they play and their complexity level. So this one's going to be easier and more straightforward to play. This one's going to be a little bit more complicated. It is high. So do they have any that are medium? Oh, they do. They have some moderate ones. They have a couple moderate. So they have a couple of each. So those are all of the spirits in the game. Let's go ahead and take a look at these little cards. So these are the different land cards, and this basically shows where the invaders are going to show up. So you'll have a deck, 1, 2s, and 3s. 1s on tops, then 2s, then 3s, and you'll flip one of these overs, and that's going to show where it's going to, where they're going to invade first, then build, then ravage. It's going to move through the cycle. So that is the deck of cards. It just shows the different land types. This here looks like it is going to be a mix of different power cards. So these, I believe, are the starter cards. They want you to start with these 4 heroes, I believe. I don't think they have them for all of the spirits. Maybe they do. But these kind of give you a starting progression. I would say if you're going to play this game, play without these. These really limit what you can do because they don't let you draw cards and choose what's the best. They just give you cards that are going to play to that spirit's strength. And it really inhibits what you can do because it's just giving you a card, and that card may not be what you need at this particular time. So you kind of need to, I think you just need to ignore these. But yeah, so that's what those are for. I think they want you to start with these 4 characters. So I think those are the only starter ones. And then these are basically the individual starting decks for each of those characters. So they always start with 4 cards for each of them, and these are all unique cards to the spirit that you are playing as. So nobody else will have these, and they kind of play to your particular spirit's strengths, right? So they give you a little bit more flavor of what your character is like. I don't know. I guess those should go back in there or something. These are just turn order cheat cards. And then here we have some minor powers. So these are not unique, right? These are going to be the cards that you can get throughout the game to increase your power set that you have with more and more cards, and these are going to give you all kinds of different abilities. So those are the minor powers, some of them, and then this deck here is probably going to be the rest of the minor powers and major powers, and the last couple decks in the game, assuming I can get it open. Okay, I got it there, finally. So, you know, sometimes these little pull tabs work and other times they don't. That one was one of the times where it just did not want to work. So these are different cards that you're going to put in for the game. Whenever you get to a blighted island, it's going to make the game harder. So that's considered for like more advanced play. These are all of your fear cards. So these are all good cards, right? These fear. These you're going to get for instilling fear, and whenever they come out, they're going to do really good stuff. But you don't know what they're going to do whenever you get them, so they may fizzle on the turn that they go off, because the thing that's happening doesn't pertain to anything that's happening on the board. So they're hit or miss, but when they do fire off, they're always helpful. They're never going to hurt you. They just sometimes may not work out. So here we have the rest of the minor powers. So again, these are just more cards. They're fairly cheap. And they're the kind of game cards you want early game. So they give you an array of things to do. And then these are the major powers, and these are going to be more powerful and more expensive. So these are more for later game. And whenever you learn one of these cards, whenever you draw one of these, you have to forget something else. So you want to build up kind of your hand with these minor powers, so that once you get these, you have other cards to discard, because you have to lose a card to get one of these. So these are the major powers. That is pretty much everything in the box. So let's go ahead and put this all back together as best we can. Like I said, I have done an unboxing and review for Horizons of Spirit Island. So if you're interested in that, that is on the channel. You should definitely go and check it out. I also did a review for that game. And I did a little bit of a compare and a contrast to this base version of Spirit Island. Just kind of going over, you know, what's Horizon of Spirit Island is compared to this. I would, now that I have a copy of this, I would like to do a review of Spirit Island. So pay attention to the channel, because I will definitely get to a review of this sometime in the near future. And then maybe I might do a versus video where I go Spirit Island versus Horizons of Spirit Island, where I kind of do a head-to-head comparison. If you've seen any of the versus videos, you know how those kind of work. I go through the pros and cons of each game, and you know, kind of give you my thoughts on both of them, show you the differences between them, show you what's alike, and then sometimes I pick a winner, sometimes I say get them both. But pay attention to the channel for that. We'll hopefully get that out soon. And as always, check the show notes down in the description, and look for links to our Discord, to our Twitter, to all of our social media accounts, where you can find out more about things we're doing, games we're playing, events we're running. And come chat with us on Discord. We have a pretty lively group over there, and we're always there, and we're always willing to chat and argue about lots of things, game related and non-game related. So come hang out with us. As always, like, share, subscribe. It helps us beat the YouTube algorithm and get more of our videos into your feed, so you can see more of our shows and content. So yeah, thanks for watching. As always, happy gaming.